What? What is good with it, you guys? Yes, today we are back with another motherfucking episode of the First Noel podcast. Woo! Yes, guys, we're back in this piece and we're feeling better than ever, guys. This episode we're gonna bring you we're going to be talking about, just changes, like abrupt changes, things happening, shaking up your world and causing you to go against the grain or go against the plan that you may have originally had for yourselves. So we're going to start off with my vibe check. Y'all know this is how I do. Start off by, letting you know how I'm feeling. I've been feeling pretty good lately. I am going through some, sort of abrupt changes. That's why I'm kind of bringing it to you guys, because I feel like stuff and topics that I usually talk about in the podcast have been planted from, or just what have I said? Part of the stuff that I talk about on a podcast, usually that stuff is come from real life events that I've had. So usually the stuff that I talk about, I've gone through, or yeah. So I've gone through some abrupt changes, but I feel like I've been handling it the best way that I could or can. And that's why I feel like it's best to come and talk to you guys about it. But back to how I'm feeling. I've been feeling pretty good. I feel like I'm always saying I'm pushing forward when I get to this on the episode, but truly, honestly, I am just pushing forward. You feel me? Doing the best I can with what I got, and I'm feeling pretty good. Things could always be better. Things could always be worse, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Like, there's nothing that's keeping me down, and that's all that matters. So for the fire check, for the vibe check today, y'all, we're getting into, like I said, abrupt changes. You feel me? Abrupt changes, having to change course and plans changing. I feel like those are things, they're all wrapped in the same family, of course, but those are things that can really make a human being go bonkers. Something like an abrupt change when you just know things are going to go a certain way, or things are going a certain way, and just sometimes when sometimes stuff happens and it's like the very last thing that's on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did this have to happen out of everything? It's just like, you're getting everything together in one department, and next thing you know, you need an oil change, or next thing you know, you got a flat tire. Like, come on. So, it can even be having to do with car troubles. It can have to do with anything. I feel like once you get to that place, it's like, well, I know for me, once an abrupt change happens in life where it just takes me off guard or really just shakes them, I feel like I immediately get a sense of shock. Like, and that sense of shock is given, like, I have to really sit there and be like, wow, like, this is really happening. And I know with me, like, whenever something potentially really crazy is going on, I will literally be sitting there laughing, like, or smiling. Like, I don't know if that's just a normal thing, but I literally will sit there like, wow, like, this is really happening. Like, God forbid I don't have a flat tire, but I would be like, wow, I really have a flat tire. Like, this is crazy. Just had a horrible day and now I have a flat tire. It's like, bless. You feel me? I always say bless in a lot of situations. I feel like bless goes to any and every scenario. Like, you done had a bad day and your tire's flat, bless. You feel me? We're just gonna say bless to that situation, because you don't want to work yourself up to the point where you're making yourself have an even worse day, because it could always be worse too. You feel what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you're going with you know, going with your heart. Of course, you want to be able to feel those emotions and go through it, but you know, usually the first sense of an abrupt change or changing course for me is that complete shock. And then it's like, after, you know, I go through that little shock, it's kind of like, okay, well, what you gonna do about it? You feel me? And I feel like that's where, you know, you can, where it all matters, what you put your energy towards. You know what I'm saying? What you put your energy towards and how much energy you're putting towards it, that's what's going to be, you know, coming to surface at the end of the day. It's like, you know, you had a horrible day and you had a flat tire. Are you going to let that be, you know, just the end of it and just make you just want to get out and walk and go home? Or, you know, are you going to maybe cry a little bit, cry your heart out, clean your face when you're in doubt, go at your own pace. Adele, baby, get right or get it going. If you don't know, get out. No, for real, get out and go watch it, for real. So, you know, for real, rather that you need to cry it out, to clean your, you know, clean your face and keep it pushing, get out there and change that tire. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's all about what you and how you react to that change. You feel me? Some things are out of our control. And one thing in the affirmation I always say to myself is, I will not stress about the things that are out of my control. You couldn't control that damn tire was going to, you know, get flat the way that you did, or when it did. You feel me? So, you know, don't stress about it, girl. If you can't physically, you know, control it, then I wouldn't worry about it. You know, when it comes to like abrupt changes happening, it could cause you to feel even overwhelmed or just overly stressed out. You know, overly stressed out or even unstable. Like, you feel me? Those emotions and those feelings, you know, if you wanted to take a different route than to just get it and keep it pushing, even when you do, it's kind of just like you still, I know I hate feeling like things aren't stable. You feel me? Especially being a Taurus, you know, that definitely plays a factor. And even maybe being a Libra rising, is like, if that scale isn't even or close to even, then I feel like I'm really off balance. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, what really helps me a lot in these times is just to stay resilient, to stay in my best to stay in that positive element. But I feel like most of all, I do try to feel it through. Because, you know, sometimes feelings and stuff like that comes up so you can try to understand it and figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like that plays a big factor in it as well. You know, because, you know, what are you going to do? What can you do? Sometimes you can't do anything, sometimes you can. But whenever you feel those emotions and sit with it, to try to understand why this is affecting you, where and what areas can you tweak or fix. You know, like I always try to compare my life to the Wizard of Oz and Following the Yellow Brick Road. Like, you know, she was just told to walk her ass on that yellow brick road and just keep going. Like, just keep going on the yellow brick road, honey. But they didn't tell her that there would be, you know, distractions or other people that you may find along the way that, you know, can potentially help you on your journey. So when it comes to abrupt changes, I kind of think of it like that. Like, whenever in the Wizard of Oz she had to get in touch or see the lion or see the aluminum can, the Tin Man, it's just like, you know, those were abrupt changes that she had to kind of adhere to. And, you know, honestly, those things are there to better you or to help you in a certain type of way. You feel me? What lesson is this here to teach you? What lesson is this here to teach me? You feel what I'm saying? Because you see, those people had helped her some type of way, and she wanted to help them enough to get them to all go to the Wizard of Oz. You know what I'm saying? And she kept following that yellow brick road. I feel like even in life, abrupt changes, things steering you the other way, it's like, it potentially could happen. There were even times on the movie where the yellow brick road would be broken up and you would have to just go a different path, and then the yellow brick road would start again. That's kind of how I like to look at a lot of situations like that as well. Because, you think, not you things, because, new things can be scary. New things can be nerve-wracking. New things can be challenging. It's like every time you have to embark on a new part in your life where you had just gotten comfortable, you feel me, where you had just gotten stable, it's kind of like sometimes shit is here to shake shit up so it can lead you into a new direction. And sometimes a new direction is scary. It can be nerve-wracking, like, starting a new job or having to, anything could happen. Like, you got people with living situations where it's like you might have thought you could have the rent paid on time, but you couldn't. So now you're getting evicted. You feel me? You didn't know, but it all could be protecting you from something. You never know. You could have had a leak in your ceiling and it could have caved in on you and your family and your kids. You feel me? You always got to think like things are here to, shift in a good way. You feel me? Because it's all your path, but it's all leading you to a path of, discernment, rather that's to discern what you want to do or how you want to navigate a situation, or to a path of highest ground, or whatever is best for you. You feel what I'm saying? Because sometimes when it comes to us living this life, we are so hell-bent on the line that sometimes we don't read in between the lines, or we miss certain parts, and we're here to get taught like, okay, here's what you need to focus on, or this, I'm gonna do this. Especially if you believe in like a higher power, God or anything. It's like God is here to put these situations, and I like to call them staple moments. You feel me? Staple moments in life where you, boom, putting a staple into that piece of paper, because once it's there, it's there. That's there to, staple moment is there to staple that moment in your life, and it affects your growth, it affects your journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like a thumbtack or a staple, it's the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? It's there to put a point in your path to help you learn, to help you, to help with your growth journey. Like, I know when I ended up having to leave my house at 17, like that day, boom, staple moment. You feel me? Staple moment, because without that staple moment, without that abrupt change that I never would have thought would have happened so soon, that is what caused me to be the person I am for you guys today. You feel me? Without me making or having that staple moment, I wouldn't be even here to really talk to you guys the way I am now. It would have been a totally different story. You just got to sit and allow these changes to happen. You feel me? Because they're happening. It's going to happen. It's happening for a reason. So you have to, sit back and really, think like, okay, it's okay. It's really best to just accept that some things are meant for you. I say it all the time, like, Lord, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know, I don't know. Lord, I don't know. But what I'm going to do is trust you. I'm going to trust that whatever is meant to happen is happening for the highest good of all concerned. That this yellow brick road is leading me towards my Wizard of Oz, which is, compared to the life that I want to live, or the life that I feel is meant for me. Abrupt changes, I'm always looking for the bigger picture. You feel me? When it's time for me to be rich and famous, sometimes that shit, doesn't happen overnight. But when it comes to a potential opportunity, when you're in that space, You know, it might be an abrupt change. You know, abrupt changes doesn't have to always be negative. You feel me? Abrupt changes can be good too. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you get that record deal, it's kind of like you get that record deal and stuff kind of starts moving a little faster. You know, or it's abrupt and you're having to, you know, function in. But once you're able to sit with what's happening first, feel it through, and accept what you got going on, it helps to be able to push going forward. You know, making adjustments and having a new plan or starting a new plan in life, you know, that's all fine and dandy. I know, you know, in recent situations, I had, you know, planned months. You know, I'm a planner, y'all, for real. I'm not lying. I plan months ahead, rather that's financials, rather that's outings or certain events. And it's just like, as time goes, you can't just expect things to always just go exactly how you wanted it to, because sometimes there's a bigger purpose, there's a bigger picture. So when that happens, you got to be able to, okay, say, this is the plan. This is still kind of the plan. Let me just tweak this, move this here, move this here, move this here. This is the new plan. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what they have plan A's and plan B's and plan C's for. I know I'm that type of person, baby. Especially when it simply comes to planning a birthday. It's like, worst case scenario, I'm staying in my hometown, doing something with my people in my hometown. Or doing something by myself. You know what I'm saying? That's always the worst case scenario for a birthday or something like that. The second case scenario would be a trip with you with your friends, a cheaper trip and a more expensive trip. But you know, plan C is, you know, those trips that you planned, if shit doesn't hit the fan, do you still want to go by yourself or do you want to go back to plan A? You feel what I'm saying? It's okay to have different, you know, methods and ways you can do things, because you know you got that worst scenario and you got the other ones that you really want to do. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that when you accept these plans, you're just adjusting. Just adjust. You feel me? Even when you get hired for a job, I know that they say, like, you know, ask you questions like, how do you feel about certain changes that may happen in the workplace? You feel me? Because when you get hired one time, this might be the system. Time goes by, the system changes. You know, you got to be able to, you don't want to work the job no more. You feel me? Or you want to be able to adjust to what the company has going on, because they're adjusting and they're going to keep it pushing how it needs to be put. You know? Y'all look at Ajax. For all the listeners who are listening, come and take a look on YouTube or Spotify so y'all can see my cat. You know, he just wants to cuddle with me. But, you know, and with adjusting and making that plan, just, you know, always remember that you can make it through. You're going to get through it. You feel me? With hard work, dedication, and, you know, you adjusting these plans and doing what you got to do, you're going to get through it. You'll get through it. What's that song? Y'all know, y'all hear me. Y'all know what's going on. So, you know, just always believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, believe in your higher power, honey. And if you don't believe in either of those, you know, I do definitely best believe it's best to have faith in something. So whatever you have faith in, if it isn't yourself or it isn't your, you know, higher power, find something to help you have faith in, because, you know, you need something to keep you pushing and something to keep you motivated. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely helps. You know, because things are happening and things are, you know, moving and getting function to fit into the perfect puzzle or block for you in your life. You know, that's just what it is. You feel me? These things are happening to help you with your purpose, to help you with your life path, to help you solve certain questions or get certain answers. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're safe and protected. I always tell yourself that, you know, even if in these times you have to give yourself words of affirmation, you know, I feel like words of affirmation go a long way for me in my life. So I feel like it can for you too, you know, and I definitely feel like that's the vibe. You know, this has been my vibe check. That's been the vibe check for you guys. I hope that I was able to check some of your vibes. If this is something that you may have been battling or going through or always, struggling with. I hope this is something that was able to help you to get a better view on it, And I hope I was able to, just hit some part of your heart. You feel me? So that has been my vibe check. And let's hop into the music bop. Pow. So guys, the first on my music bop has to definitely be Charli XCX and Billie Eilish, Guess. Y'all. So, I'm not big on Charli XCX, but I know she's been going crazy, basically getting really acknowledged for her Brat album. Showing she's really evolved and hopping into her dance more era. Even they got Kamala Harris's Twitter campaign page in the Brat theme. I felt like that was really cute. So Charli XCX, she's been in her new era, but this was Billie Eilish's first ever single with another artist. So I was really shook. That was a major vibe. So my first time, I knew they collabed, right? But I didn't hear the song or personally listen to the song. So when I went out last weekend, I went to the club. Mind y'all, side note, this was the first time I had been out to the club by myself in a long time. And I had a really amazing time. I was off the Long Island tea with the grenadine. And baby, this song came on. And I'm like, okay. The whole club was jumping, bitch. The whole club was. And I'm like, I'm getting lit all over again because, baby, they had really made me enjoy that vibe because, wow, in the video, they had the music video showing too, so I was really getting my life. Billie A down. Billie talk about she know Charli likes the guys, but baby, she said, baby, I can get down if you want to. So, I fucks with that. Billie's that bitch, as I've said in the past on my last few music bops. And Charli XCX, she been that bitch since Boom Clap. Let's keep that a bean. She's been that bitch since Boom Clap, and I fucks with her. Maybe I should just tune into her Brat album. Maybe I should and let y'all know if she's in my music bop for one of these next few episodes. Just know I listen to the album, and that's just that on that. So next on the vibes, we got Ariana Grande. Y'all know she's my girl. I feel like I've had her in a few of my music bops, and that's just what it is. Ariana is a music bop. Music box, music bop. So you feel me? She's always going to be a vibe. And like I said, y'all, when it comes to me listening to, or comes to the music bop period, it's me listening to music and catching the vibe. This is what I've recently been bopping to. Rather, it's been out for 10 years or 2 months, 2 weeks. So, that's been Ariana Grande's Imperfect for You off her Eternal Sunshine album. I do feel like Eternal Sunshine was a 10 out of 10 and it was a different vibe for Ariana Grande musically, but it works for her. You feel me? It works for me. I was still able to resonate with the album. And I feel like Imperfect for You recently has been, just a nice little cute vibe. I haven't really been wanting to listen to too much, wild things. Or not wild, but just up-tempo or just stuff not up-tempo, but just too much stuff that's extra. You feel me? This is a song I'll listen to if I'm just kind of waking up on the way to work. I don't want to hear too loud of music when I'm first waking up, or if I'm just chilling, relaxing, that's the vibe. Imperfect fire. I feel like this could have been a country song too, low-key. And on the deluxe album, she has an acoustic, and my girl can sing down, so she's been eating the girls up with that one. And, those are my music vibes. Those have been the two that I've been having kind of in rotation for the past week or so. And go listen if you haven't already, baby. For real. Alrighty, guys. So now we're gonna hop into our hot topics. Ooh, segment. Why did I do that? You feel how they used to do? We're gonna hop into our hot topic segment and really get into the tea. What's been going on in the social media? What posts have I seen? What's been going on with the celebrities? You know, what's good? What's the hot topics, baby? Let's get into it. So first we got Jasmine Cheeves. Low-key, I don't know if this is Jada Cheeves' sister or something like that, but I don't know. I've never really, I don't really know too much about her, honestly, but, you know, it didn't really matter to me because it's just a basic, not a basic person, but to me, it was just a regular person. It says Jasmine Cheeves says she doesn't like when her 5-month-old son screams. I don't like when he do that screaming shit. He's not a girl. So she's on live, the baby screaming, 5 years old.
Blaze, I told you you're not a girl. Stop screaming. Yes, Blaze. This is what he does all day. He just yells. Between him like being so tuned into TV and screaming, I just be like, he sound like a big boy. No, I don't like when he do that screaming shit. Like he's not a girl.
I feel like, look, I feel like genuinely, you know, that may not be how she intended it. You know, people are able to feel however they feel about their children, but I do feel like, you know, when your baby's 5 months, you feel me? Your baby's 5 months. I don't want to say just because a baby is screaming that it's feminine. You feel me? It's like you're already putting labels on your child that don't need to be there. It's a 5-month-old. Like, you know, he's not a girl. You're telling me 5-month-old boys don't scream? You know, I don't have a baby and I'm not a child, but I'm pretty sure, you know, any baby under 2 years old, 3 years old is crying and screaming. You feel me? And especially being that they're 5 months old, it's like, girl, are you trying to be funny for social media or you're just being dead serious? You know, like, girl, not too much on your own baby. Like, not, that's all I gotta say. Not too much on your own baby, girl. Because it's like, girl, you're putting, you know, you're going to have, you might have trouble raising this child, being that you're already putting your child into a box of what's masculine and what's feminine. Your baby decides he wants to cry, and you're going to, you know, when he's older, you're going to say he doesn't need to because he's a man. You know, that's what that's giving me. You know, that's what that's giving me. And I feel like sometimes when it comes to, you know, females being parents to male children, they feel like just because their child is a male that they don't have to put in as much work as they would like a daughter or something like that. And, you know, because I feel like, you know, women or, you know, female parents expect I feel like some female parents just expect their son to just be able to fend for himself and always be tough and hard or be the man that they want their man to be. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you can't put so much expectations in a child because a child has to be a child. And that's just how I feel about that. So then we got a interviewer. An interviewer stuns JT with a wild question. And it's like, how I feel about this is, let y'all hear it first.
When the last time you got tested for STD?
Oh, what? The fuck? Excuse me?
You can say.
I mean, I go to the OBGYN and get tested like annually. Like, I don't go there to get tested for no STD.
Right.
Especially, I'm a woman. I get checked all. Oh my God.
And it's like, I mean, I'm glad JT speaks up for, you know, women being able to get checked because one, it needs to happen because, you know, a lot of these, not even just women or just people out here are fast and untruthful. So definitely get tested as often as you can, baby, because anything could happen and you always want to be, make sure you're covering your P's and Q's. And I also feel like as an interviewer, why are you asking a celebrity that or just a person that in general? It's like, I mean, maybe that isn't like too crazy of a question and it should be normalized, but it's like, boy, like, you need to be asking your homeboys that. Don't be coming to my girl JT or these girls asking, you know, ask a group of rappers, you know, male rappers, what's their tea? Because I'll guarantee you half of them haven't been to one in years. And that's no shade, no tea. So, you know, we got next on the docket, we got Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry shows photos of his humble beginnings and how he embraced the uncomfortableness. So in the first one, he posts a picture of his old apartment. He says, "This was my first apartment after being homeless. I was so happy to have this place. I remember being so happy to have a roof over my head, but also being so anxious and scared that I wasn't going to be able to pay the $425 rent every month." He posts another picture that says, "I remember how on the first of every month, I would lay so still in the twin bed that squeaked when I moved because I would hear the landlord outside collecting the other rents. He would knock on the door and I would just freeze and pray that he went away. I was late on rent every month. Man, this makes me tear up." He then goes on to say, you know, "Anyway, I was trying to get my plays off the ground and nothing was working. I had a job at UPS collections and was so depressed. I was praying and praying for a change to come, but here's the part that I want you to catch. I had to start doing the play and started to make a little money. I'm sorry. But here's the part I want you to catch. I had started doing the play and started to make a little money. And as soon as I got the money, I paid all the back rent. I was so happy that I could." Then he goes on to say, "One weekend, I went away to do the play and came back. Then landlord had an eviction notice at my door. This is after I had paid him. I was so mad. He said I had been too late too many times and I had been there too long and it was time for me to go. Now catch this. I was angry. I wanted to stay. I didn't want to leave this one room that I had found comfort in, but I was forced out of that place. I was forced to leave even though I had met my obligation." And in the final post he said, "Looking back at these photos and realizing that I lived in an apartment 8 by 8 in biblical terms, meaning a new beginning. I know," I guess he's saying the apartment number was 8. I now know that I was at my new beginning. I now know that if he had let me stay there, I would have never left because I had gotten comfortable. I had stopped trying to have anything else. I wanted to stay in what I knew I could afford. I did not want to move from that place. But I now know that nothing huge comes from staying comfortable. I now know that just like stagnant water, being stagnant can kill your dreams. I now know that you don't get to the other side by staying comfortable. I now know and thank God that the man put me out of that place. I can hear his voice. You have to go. You've been here too long." Wow. I feel like this is such a motivational story, and it really goes hand in hand on our topic today because, you know, Tyler Perry is a mogul. He's one of the richest black African-American people in the entertainment industry that we have. And a lot of this comes from being self-made. You know, he writes all his stuff. You know, he writes all his stuff and he has a studio. You know, I'm out here in Atlanta. I've Instacarted to Tyler Perry Studios a few times. You feel me? He's created this lifestyle and this, you know, big career for himself for, you know, obviously not staying too comfortable. You feel me? Like, you know, he was grinding You know, he was grinding. He got a little comfortable. He started, you know, working and getting his plays off the ground, doing what he felt like what his purpose and passion was. You feel me? To the point where he was growing and outgrowing where he thought he needed to stay. To the point where he, you know, had an abrupt change. You know, had an abrupt staple moment. Like, you know, he paid it all, and now he getting evicted. He wasn't expecting that to happen at all. He had just started getting right. You feel me? Just felt like he started getting his feet off the ground. But, you know, like he said, God or his higher power had a bigger purpose. He's a mogul now. You feel me? If he would have stayed there, like he said, if, you know, if that wouldn't have happened, he probably would have stayed there. You feel me? Sometimes shit happens to shake you and push you forward in a better direction, and you got to be okay with that. You know, because, you know, you look at him now. Look at him now. Fresher than because, you know, even I'm seeing, you know, I even seen a post not too long after that. It says, oh, wow, Tyler Perry's Divorce in a Black, that's his new film that came out, reportedly brought more Amazon Prime subscribers than any other original movie on the platform, despite the negative reviews. Accumulated 3.5 million views in 4 days. It's kind of just like, wow, like, you know, people talk their shit about, they were definitely talking their shit about this film. I haven't seen it yet. But people are having their opinions about it, and it's just like, you know, people are going to talk. You know, if this is an uncomfortable situation or an abrupt situation or abrupt change, you know, where you feel like people are going to talk, it's kind of like people are going to talk either way. Even when you're at the highest of the high. You feel me? It's kind of like, and if I was Tyler Perry, you know, seeing that post that he just made is like hearing everyone's negative reviews of anything he does, being the biggest and one of the most successful Black, you know, African American people. It's like, girl, I used to be in a, how much he said it was? $425 rent apartment that I got evicted from. Y'all can't tell me anything. Y'all cannot tell me anything, baby. I got through that eviction and I'm a mogul now, baby. You're not seeing an eviction letter on any of my properties. He has properties now. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, I commend Tyler Perry, and he's definitely inspirational, especially after seeing this post. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and you just gotta do nothing but respect him and respect the things that he's got going on, because somebody's got to do it. You know, he's brought a lot of different lessons and things to our lives nowadays. So, you know, that's a great way to end our Hot Topic segment. So, yes, you know, today's episode was amazing, guys. If you got this far, I really appreciate you. You know, I'm really just here to tell you guys, you know, in closing, change is inevitable. Change is inevitable. You change every single day. So when you change every single day, your outside may not change OD as much, but you got to realize when you're changing as a person every day, you know, that makes your outside change. You know, things, sometimes your outside has to adjust to your inside. You know, what are you going to do with the changes? How are you going to react to it? You feel me? It's all about your intentions and how you want to carry and keep things going forward. You know, you control how you react. It's your life. You know, you're going to pick it up and keep it pushing, or you're going to, you know, stay there and let it take you on a turmoil. And it's like, even if it takes you on a turmoil, that's just what's supposed to happen, baby. You know, that's just something that you're supposed to do. That's you feeling it through. That's you feeling it through. But once you feel it through, try to feel it and not stay there for too long, so you can make that new plan, adjust, and, you know, adjust that plan, baby, and keep it pushing. You know, stay optimistic. You know, the possibilities are endless, baby. The possibilities are endless. Always remember that. You know? And that's how I feel. Thank you guys for so much. thank you guys so much for watching this episode. It's been amazing. I love you guys down. If you got this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share. Let me know how you feel about this. You know, we also have the What's Your Vibe segment. Send me your submissions, guys. Send me your submissions. Anything you're feeling, any opinions, any questions you have for me, or something you want to get off your chest. Of course, you can stay anonymous if that's what you prefer. I'll respect however you want. You just let me know. Shoot me a DM in my DMs on Instagram, and I'll definitely make sure it's posted on the episode, and I'll even hit you back to let you know what episode is on. So, thank you guys so much for watching again. And until next time, babies, bye! You know, love one another, baby. Love one another.